All right, let's get into it. Today, we're diving into a story about adventure, but maybe not the kind you're thinking of. This is about a descent into a forgotten place, a place that held way more questions than it did treasure, and a mystery that just got deeper and weirder with every single step. Welcome to the story of the Hidden Garrison. And really, this quote is the perfect place to start. It just captures the entire vibe of this story, doesn't it? That feeling when you know you should probably turn back, but, a group of adventurers pushed just a little bit further, and they had no idea they were about to pull a thread on a puzzle that had been sitting there, waiting for decades. So, who are these brave souls at the heart of our story? Let's meet the party. Okay, so we've got a group of 6, a pretty diverse crew. You've got Cedric the Druid and 2 samurai, Okazaki and Roberto. But there are a couple of names you're going to want to keep in your back pocket. First, Talinor the Elven Ranger, who's got his wolf, Phelan, with him, and especially Thane, the blue-skinned Air Genosi bard. For him, this whole dungeon is about to become very, very personal. The party finds this hidden trapdoor, right? And what's underneath is not what they expected. It wasn't some dusty old tomb or a monster's den. No, this was something far stranger. Something that just felt off. Yeah, this wasn't a ruin. Not at all. Everything was spotless, perfectly organized, like a whole garrison was planning on moving in tomorrow. So the big questions are, who was all this for? And why in the world was it never used? And the clues just start piling up. They pop open these lockers and find complete sets of matching uniforms. Then they see these blue sashes, all bearing the same symbol, a flaming fist. Talinor also manages to find 2 old worn journals that might just hold the key to this whole thing. But that flaming fist, you're going to want to remember that symbol. Of course, it wouldn't be a proper dungeon crawl without a fight, right? The party took down a total of 14 giant rats. But this victory felt kind of hollow. The real enemy down here wasn't some overgrown rodent. It was the suffocating mystery of the place itself. And here's the kicker. The dungeon had this absolutely maddening layout. No matter which path they took, the corridor would eventually just curve back on itself, leading them right back to where they started. This wasn't just a physical trap, it was a psychological one, designed to make you lose hope and question your own sanity, a purpose-built labyrinth. So this brings up a really crucial question. Was this whole looping design meant to just confuse intruders and get them totally lost? Or was it something else? Maybe it was just meant to delay them, to slow them down from reaching whatever truth was hidden at its center. So just as they're wrestling with the mystery of the dungeon, it suddenly collides with the mystery of one of their own. The stakes are about to get incredibly personal. Right in the middle of all this confusion, Thane, our bard, drops a bombshell. He's an amnesiac. He has 0 memory of his life before he washed up on a shore 3 decades ago. All of a sudden, the forgotten, abandoned nature of this place feels eerily connected to his own forgotten past. And this moment right here is a huge turning point. The quest isn't about loot or glory anymore. It's about friendship. The whole party rallies around Thane, and they make a vow to help him figure out who he really is. But while the party is focused on digging into the past, a new danger is popping up in the present. Okazaki has gone back to the surface, and he's about to find out that the treasures in this place come with a very steep hidden price. So Okazaki decides to attune to this new armor they found, and the upside is fantastic. He gets resistance to slashing damage. But the downside, it's a doozy. There's a curse woven right into the metal, an invasive, clinging presence that binds itself to him. It's a powerful tool, for sure, but one that might just end up consuming him. Meanwhile, back underground, the rest of the party is pushing forward into the last unexplored passage. They are moments away from reaching the heart of this garrison and coming face to face with its greatest and most deceptive secret. They step into this enormous, almost ballroom-like chamber. And there, taking up an entire wall, is a mural of a man in uniform. And what's that on his chest? You guessed it, the very same flaming fist symbol from the sashes. This has to be the leader, right? The key to this entire place. Thane feels this strange, unsettling pull towards the image and steps closer. And as he does, the air ripples. The paint on the mural itself begins to shimmer and distort. Something is seriously wrong here.
The centerpiece of this entire military complex, the symbol of its command, was all a lie, a grand illusion. The man in the mural, the very purpose of this place, wasn't even real.
In that exact moment of revelation, the whole tone shifts. It goes from a slow burn mystery to pure, heart-pounding urgency. The puzzle is solved, but a brand new, very immediate danger is already here. Thane's magical lute suddenly hums with a warning. The horses he summoned are here, topside. He screams to the party that it's all an illusion, and he doesn't wait for a response. He just bolts, sprinting through those winding corridors, back toward the surface, back toward the night sky. He bursts out of the cave into the darkness, gasping for air, and his heart just stops. Out in the distance, dotting the pitch black, are torches. Not one or two, a lot of torches. And they are all moving in one direction, straight for the cave, straight for them. Which leaves us all with one final, chilling question. After all this time, after decades of silence in this hidden, fake garrison, who has finally come to claim it?